Water entry in the area of the trunk lid. First, ask the customer for details about the condition of the car. Was the car parked on a hill or has it been washed at a car wash recently? Perform Test 1, the dry test. A visual inspection may give a first indication of possible causes. For example, leaves blocking the drain grommet can trigger a leak. For the detailed examination, remove the trunk luggage cover. Water could also enter at the service flaps. The service flaps should also be felt with your hand. After the dry test comes Test 2, the rain test. Before the vehicle is sprayed, sponge cloths should be laid out inside. These sponge cloths will show where leaks occur. It is important that the vehicle starts the rain test in a dry state. Otherwise, the results can be falsified by existing water. In the rain test, the vehicle must be sprayed for at least 20 minutes. If a leak is not immediately detectable, always spray for a longer period. The sprinkler is aimed at the area of the trunk lid at the C-pillar. Then dry the sprayed areas thoroughly and open the trunk lid carefully. The surplus water running off the trunk lid should not run into the trunk. For this reason, it is important to open the trunk a few inches at first, and then little by little. Now we can search for indications of leakage. The sponge cloths in particular should be examined carefully. In this example, there are two cases of leakage. Case 1, the water has obviously found its way through the seal. The upper sponge cloths are wet. Underneath, however, everything is dry. In older vehicles especially, the cause could be defective rubber seal on the trunk lid. When it is closed, the seals do not make proper contact, allowing water in. In this case, the trunk lid seals are simply replaced. Case 2, the water has found a way behind the trim. It is running into the bottom of the trunk. This caused by missing or porous sealant under the rubber seals. Open the trunk luggage cover. The bottom of the trunk is full of water. Press down with your hand to test. Remedy: the sealant, the butyl, must be replaced. First, remove the sponge cloths. Close the roof and move it to the assembly position. Then remove the relevant edge guards inside the trunk and all the lining panels on the left-hand side. At the leak site, it can be clearly seen how the water advances behind the trim and to the bottom of the trunk, flows down from there and collects in the floor panel. Use protective covers when replacing the sealant and the rubber seals. First, remove the bolts from the end stop and the metal bracket. The metal bracket can then be removed sideways. Then pull the rubber seal on the left-hand side partly off the fender flange. Some of the sealant is missing and must be replaced. The first thing to do is to dry the repair area with a drying gun. A dry surface is essential of optimum adhesion of the sealant. Grease and dirt residues from the old sealant are easily removed with thermostat cleaner. This further improves the grip of the sealant. Clean the area of the rubber seal with a cloth. Fit the 12 mm butyl strip on the flange and fold it over on each side. Then press the butyl down firmly. The butyl should not be touched again if possible. Wear gloves for the next step. Run the silicone compound along the seam and the holes for the clips with the sealant gun. Then smooth it out. When the seal is reinstalled, the clips on the flange must also be firmly sealed. Press the seal firmly against the flange in the area of the butyl strip. Reinstall in the same way as the parts were removed. Another rain test shows whether the repair was successful. In contrast to the first rain test, the hose is now inserted into the water channel. This sprays water directly onto the repaired area. If there are no leaks now, the investigation was a success.